Hello everyone, and welcome to Nail 3D. So this is the video about Unreal Engine and the new mesh editing tools in 5.4, 5.5. So what I'm going to do in this video is basically I have this Technical Tracker plugin which contains the live streaming for the live link of the camera subject, but also we have this camera in space and we have the special actor which for choosing preset of the crane, it's trying to align the crane rotation and translation in order to fit the target goal camera position. So how it's done underneath. So if we go to this crane and if we open this skeleton, you can see here that we have this mesh and we have the skeleton joints here. So there is the joints for column, there is the joints for wheel rotation and for beams, and also for the head and neck or neck part of this crane. And the simulation, what it's doing of this actor, of crane actor, is basically computing the rotation of the columns, translation setting of beams, and rotation of camera, the crane head, in order to align for the target camera position. And in this particular video, I'm going to use a new model, which is not have any setup yet for the skeleton or skin biting, in order to be driven by the skeleton. And I'm going to try to do this with the new mesh editing tools. Let's start our experiment. And to be honest, I didn't try this mesh tools editing before, so it will be first time for me. I just had a very quick look on the utilities we have there and functionality, and for me it looks like well aligned with the main practice we have in Maya Blender or 3D Studio Max even. I remember this old times with the skin or die, where it was absolutely fantastic possibility to adjust weights almost by manually stepping on the weights value, and that gives a very nice result. Yeah, but it was many times ago. And then NG skin tools, skin weights painting in Maya, this plugin and extension, it's pretty amazing what is relax functionality compared to skin painting smooth function we have on the brush in Maya. So we have relaxed algorithm as well in Unreal, so I'm looking forward to try it out. So I already imported the mesh here, and actually you see the type of skeletal mesh. That's because during the import on FBX I just choose this skeletal mesh type instead of static mesh, because yeah, we're going to have the animated mesh actually, not the static one. So let's open this mesh. And here we have this crane. You see that there is the root bone imported by default. We could move the crane all around together with the geometry. And yeah, there is no any bone hierarchy at the moment. And our editing tools, as we have this plugin on by default, we have this toggle on the main toolbar. And once we have this toggle on, you see, we have this left panel with the different categories. So the skeleton is where we actually could add some bones, edit existing bones, reorient, etc. And we could cancel and exit this mode. And then the skin, which is also interesting. So it's between the geometry and skeleton. We bind skin cluster, and then we edit weights for our bones. It's a per vertex skin weight. So quite classic approach, I would say. And I also would like to prepare some work layout for my skeleton creation. So that having 3D viewport is nice, but on the same time, like, it's much easier to place bones in the orthographic projection. So what I would like to do here is to add one additional viewport. So I'm going to enable the second one. And instead of perspective, I'm going to this orthographic and put the front, and that will show up my side view of my model. And I also would like to switch to the, instead of lit, into the wireframe mode. So we have quite nice measurement tape here. Yeah, So this one I can make it smaller. So I will have some space here as the main walk area. And this is 3D view, something just to verify and look around to see how my skeleton looks like. And also on skeleton, in the show menu, not in the character menu, there is the bones section, and I'm going to show all the hierarchy, not only selected bones, just to see all the bones that I've created in my 3D view as well. So let's enter the edit skeleton. What we have here, this is my geometry. We have several modes: new, create new bones, and edit. So the create new is N, if we press it, right? And as far as I see, if we select some root bone and we start creating the bones here, they will be placed as the child of the selection. So this is quite convenient and quite popular approach. And there's also projection type, so that we could do it in a camera plane, on a mesh, or within mesh. So it's basically when we're trying to place the joint, it will try to put it in the middle of this mesh, I would say. Probably that's what I mean here. So let's start with the root bone, and then from here we need to create some columns, joints, and then we need to create some beam joints. You see there is the division of each section, and this section should be able to move back and forth like inside and outside of another beam, so that the crane could change its length. And there is this head part and neck part, so we need some rotation here, so we need pivot points for that. So let's start with the root selected. I pressed here 1, and basically we need to move it only in front, or sorry, in up axis. So we could zero out the all other local axes. Then go to the next one, let it be here. Also zero out all the rest axes, then here. And then we go here. And I think that's it. So that will be my column. So that could be even beam part. Also only in one axis. And then we could move forward and say, so once we align that one, we could continue creating bones in front and have these beams. So now I can go to the edit mode. I think my bones looks quite nice here. So we could select all the hierarchy. They're in the middle, looks fine for me in all directions. Now we have to name it in the similar way how my previous crane join name set looks like.